Each quarter tells a story, from Wall Street heavyweights to emerging disruptors. We break down the numbers, the reactions, and the moves that matter most. Real data, real insights, in real time. This is Earnings Central Live with Verified Investing.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Earnings Central Live. My name is Lawton, your host, pro trader here at Verified Investing and our in-house earnings specialist. We've been on quite a streak as of recently. I think we've had, winning trades in the last three shows. Knock on wood. I think this is wood. But let's see if we can keep that streak going. And before I say anything else, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate you being here. We would kindly ask that you consider liking and subscribing to the Verified Investing YouTube channel. Thank you so much for being here. All right, with that being said, we have a jam-packed day today. We have three earnings at 4:05, and we actually have, as the racetrack goes on behind me, we actually have four earnings, but one of which we're not going to trade. We're just going to observe. But all four of these companies report earnings at 4:05, with the biggest of them all, Oracle. So let's go ahead and take a look at Oracle. So on Oracle, we're expecting around $1.64 earnings per share, up about 11% year over year. Revenue, we're expecting it to go up 15% year over year to around $16.2 billion. Back to me, please. Now, I want to show you guys something really cool about Oracle while I give you my levels. Please go to my charts. So last time on Oracle, we had a crazy move. If we could go to my charts. A crazy move here on the last earnings back in September. They announced a huge backlog of information and deals, and this company, $600 billion company, went up over 32%, almost reaching that $1 trillion mark. Now, am I expecting Oracle to move 30%? No, that was a crazy move, but I do have some levels for you of support and resistance. So go ahead and write these down if you're trading along, and if you're just watching, happy to have you. So my first level of support, we'll do support then resistance. I have a pivot low down here, approximately 10% lower, just under $200. If it continues to flush, I have a 196.50 level as support. These are my two aggressive levels of support. Oracle doesn't usually move that much, but because it moved 30% last time, just being extra careful. The second or third, I guess, level, my more conservative level for a long, should Oracle start to come down, is about 16.6% lower at around 185.50. All right, as far as resistance is concerned, I'm looking at this gap fill right here around 240.71, around that 241 pierce, basically, about 7 to 8% higher. If it continues higher, there's another gap fill up here around 250, and a tertiary one basically up here around 258. Those are the levels that I'll be watching on Oracle. Next up, we have Adobe. Could we please throw up that graphic on Adobe? Thank you so much to my team. So on Adobe, we're expecting around $5.40 earnings per share, up 12% year over year. And you'll see a trend, right? We're expecting an increase as the markets are higher. You're kind of expecting good news. And as far as revenue, we're expecting an increase up 9% year over year to around $6.11 billion. Back to my charts, please. And if we took a look at Adobe, Adobe's been quite beaten up. From these highs back basically in January of 2024, the stock is down over 45% from those levels. Zooming in here, we know that Adobe isn't the biggest mover on earnings, right? It's a stock that can move, but doesn't move a whole lot. So my levels are going to be a little closer as the stock is less volatile. Doesn't mean we can't get moves, doesn't mean we can't get trades. So my first level of support, let's do support then resistance, is this 329 level, basically a gap fill. That's my aggressive level on Adobe, about 4.5% lower, from the current trading price. Secondary level is a pivot low down here around 318. Have about 5 more minutes until these earnings come out. For resistance, I have a level right here around 360, another gap fill from the 27th of October, about 5% higher, followed by basically this area of double top around 376, around 9.6% higher. Next, please throw up Planet Labs for me, team. So for Planet Labs, right? Planet Labs also reports a 405. All of these do report a 405. Planet Labs, we're expecting negative 2 cents earnings per share, up 66% year over year. Now, if that is a positive EPS number, we could see some significant movement. And as far as revenue, we're expecting a 20% increase year over year, up to $72 million. Now, this is a smaller company, so it's going to be more volatile. Please throw it to my chart. So my levels are going to be a little more further apart. For me, my first level of support, gap fill, 14% lower at 11.16. That's my aggressive level. Okay, that's my aggressive level. Secondary level of support will be down here around 1845. For resistance, I'm looking at this 1547 level, approximately 19% higher, and then basically double top 30% higher at 16.78. This thing can really, really move. Let's just look at the previous earnings. Like last earnings, it moved up 18%, right? So definitely a lot more of a mover than Adobe. Now, the last stock I want to talk about is SNPS. Please throw up that graphic for me. Thank you so much. Where I'm going to be trading this, I don't have levels for this, but it will be a mover. Synopsys has an earnings per share estimate of around $2.79, down 15% year over year, with the revenue expected up 36.6 year over year, around $2.25 billion. If you go to my charts, you can see that Synopsys on its last earnings dropped significantly, right? This thing dropped all the way down 29%. I have a couple levels that I'm watching, but I would never trade this just because it's so volatile, right? You're talking about something that can move potentially 26, 27%. But all eyes are going to be on Oracle, Planet Labs, and Adobe as we get into these earnings. Again, I'm going to put my levels on the screen. They should be on the scroller below. And we'll react to these in real time as they come out and see if we can't take a win or two, or 3 or 4 maybe. Let's go ahead and set up my charts and we'll get into it. All right, to me. All right, thank you so much. All right, guys. So we have about 2 minutes to these earnings come out. Remember the levels, okay? You're gonna see on this screen the wick looks really small, but you have all your levels here. And even though they're further apart, because I am on a smaller time frame, you're going to see these move happen really quick. As the stock starts to move towards one direction or another, I'll zoom in a little bit to make things a little easier to see. But for now, I just got to make sure that all the levels are on the screen. So thank you all for being here. If you were here for any of the previous earnings, you guys know how this works. And before I forget, guys, make sure if you're trading along me at home that you are set to extended trading hours so that you can get filled, because it's not during regular market orders. Another thing to note, make sure to go small. Earnings is extremely risky and extremely volatile. So this can move significantly one way or another. I'm just giving you the levels that I see for support and resistance. That doesn't mean that these levels are absolute. So make sure to manage your risk and position size accordingly. Put in a stop loss, right? And we have about 50 seconds until these earnings come out. So Planet Labs already starting to inch up a little bit, is up about 5%. But we know these things can move. Mauricio says, let's go Oracle. Do you want it to go up or down? One thing I will say is that if you caught our show earlier today, where we day traded based on the Fed decision, Gareth did say he expects Oracle to do well. So we'll see if his hunch was correct. About 20 seconds left, guys. And I'll be flipping through these charts to kind of see which ones are moving. But get ready, 10 seconds, and we'll see if we can't make some money. Should be out any moment now, guys. All right, immediately Oracle moving down, then pushing higher. Looks like Gareth might have been right. Look at this on Adobe hitting that first aggressive level, 360, pulled back a little bit, pulling back. Wow, look at this pullback, guys. If you traded this on Adobe, you would have taken 2.6% already, guys. You could have taken 2% on Adobe already. Look at that, hitting that aggressive level and pulling back right away. Next to Planet Labs, nothing on there. SNPS moving up slightly, and Oracle a little bit. Look at that level on Adobe, guys. Wow, what a pullback from that level. Pulled back over 2% multiple times, guys. Absolutely incredible. Now let's see if Adobe can get back up there or continue to flush. If you took that level on Adobe, congratulations. Look at this, continue to fall. This is absolutely incredible, guys. I don't know what to say. Okay, look at Oracle. Wow, immediately pushed lower, went higher, and is continuing to flush. Adobe, or rather Oracle, down about 4%. Wow, look at this level on Adobe, guys. Falling down 3.3%. You could have taken 3% on that Adobe trade, and it continues to fall. This is incredible. Planet Labs pushing up towards that first level. Remember, that first aggressive level is that 1547 level. SNPS moving up a little bit, but wow, look at that Adobe level. Guys, I don't know what to say. You could have taken 3.5%. So let's see if Oracle comes down and hits either of those two aggressive long levels. So for now, it looks like Gareth might have been wrong. He said that he thinks Oracle is going up, but Oracle starting to pull back a little bit, down about 6.5%. This is crazy, guys. Absolutely incredible stuff on Adobe. Hopefully you guys took that trade. But look at Oracle continuing to come down. Remember, around 199.19 is my first aggressive level to potentially trade Oracle. Let's take a look here. Haymaker says, most exciting earnings ever with Lawton. Thanks so much for your kind words. Planet Labs moving towards that aggressive, potentially shortable level around $15.47. Now, one thing to note, guys, we have to keep an eye on the volume, because if there is going to be a lack of volume and volume starts to die down, well, it means it is off the table. And back to Synopsys. I didn't give you guys this level, but it's only up about 2%. So kind of a nothing burger there. Planet Labs 2 inching up closer to that 1547 level, but that that Adobe level was absolutely incredible. Lee saying, how can a rubbish PDF reader make money? Well, that's the thing, right? Adobe, right? They're known for Photoshop, for all these different things, and as Oracle, we're watching Oracle continue to come down. But yeah, you know, I remember when you wanted to do some sort of graphic design, you have to get a graphic designer, right? You have to go to Photoshop. You got to do Lightroom when you're editing photos. But nowadays, you can just put everything in ChatGPT or your favorite AI, right? Anyone can be a graphic designer. Just upload a picture and be like, oh, you know, just put Photoshop me on a beach, right? And that's it, right? So maybe that need for these Adobe programs, like, why would I take time, right? Why would I spend hours to learn Photoshop when Gemini could just do it, right? That could be the mentality. But look at this on Adobe. Incredible. 3% winner there. Planet Labs continuing to inch up, and Synopsys not doing too much. We're just going to stay on a little bit longer, guys. I'll give it another 2 minutes or so to see if Oracle does flush down to these levels. Let me read some of this. Levels. Lee says Oracle missed by 1%. Let's see, Oracle. I did not keep my socks. I did not keep my socks. I took like a 1 or 2 cent loss on that thing. Really, really small loss on that from earlier. But look at Oracle. Incredible. It's all good, brother. I took a 2K loss. Doesn't matter. I'm up over $55,000 for the quarter. So $2,000 is nothing for me. But that's like one trade for me. One winning trade for me. Unfortunately, we didn't get filled on those socks earlier. But guys, that Adobe was absolutely wild. Not sure what to say, what else I can say about that. If you're at home and you're wondering if technical analysis works, if us drawing these arbitrary lines on our screens are working, well, they've been working 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 shows in a row. I don't know. Knock on wood again. SMH coming down. Yeah, that's likely because Oracle is pulling over. I'm expecting the entire markets to kind of pull back. Let me take a look at stocks really quickly. Oh, look at that on stocks, 287. Yeah, I do wish I kept that. That would have been really nice to keep that. Great. Would have been great. All right, guys, I'm going to give it another 45 seconds or so. If it doesn't come down and hit that on Oracle, I still like these levels. You could potentially trade them tomorrow for a day trade if it does continue to come down. Yeah, I did see it popped. It's all good, Harry. All good. Adobe continuing to fall down. What a beautiful play out. And Planet Labs, you can see here, guys, that the volume is starting to die down. So I would likely cancel my orders on Planet Labs. Let's go back to S&PS. S&PS pushing up a little bit, right? Not the hugest amount of volatility, up 5%. Not enough for us to potentially get into a trade there. But look at Adobe continue to come down and even potentially go negative. If you were holding Adobe, guys, from my level, you'd be in the money 4.5%, even more. Just congratulations to every stocks at 280 paying up. Oh, don't tell me that. All right, guys, but that's probably it. I'm probably going to take Oracle off the table for tonight, right? But tomorrow, 199, 196, and that 185.50 level are going to be key levels to watch on Oracle. Again, guys, my name is Lawton Ho here with Verified Investing. I'm going to be live tomorrow with Drew. We're going to do a combined show. We have AVGO, Broadcom, Costco, Lululemon, Restoration Hardware, tons of crazy movers. For all of these who don't know, thank you so much, team. I have a course out now. It's called 0 to 60 Trader Crypto Edition. It's for anyone who's ever wanted to learn how to trade cryptocurrency, but don't know how to get started. It comes with a 1 month free of Smart Money Crypto. So you get all of Gareth, Ben, and Drew's alerts. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you all tomorrow. And make sure to come back at 4:24 Drew Show. Bye, guys.